Good morning. Sorry, I'm coming on a little late. I was having some internet troubles. I live out here in the country in Iowa, and sometimes the internet connection just always isn't the greatest. So I have to go in and have them do their magic, and it always takes longer than what you anticipate it to be. But I'm here this morning. I'm going to talk to you guys today about downsizing with heart. Okay. So if um if you're in the same situation, so if you are working at assisting a loved one to downsize, whether it be a mom or a dad or a grandparent or whatever, um, there is a lot of times they do not want to be downsizing. They don't want to have to think about getting rid of their stuff. They don't want to think about maybe moving or whatever. So, this is really important because you need to think about this when you're downsizing, and you need to do this when you're downsizing, even for yourself. Okay. So, if you're downsizing with somebody, one of the first things that you need to do is you need to take a good objective look at the situation. Why are you having to downsize them? Are they downsizing because they need to be moved into a nursing home? Are they downsizing because they need a smaller place to live? Why is it they are downsizing? And what is that situation? Realize that they may not want that this may not be their choices that they wanted. We all have choices in our life, but there's choices that we want to do, and then there's choices that we don't want to do. Okay. This may be one of those situations where they're choosing to not do it. And this is where I emphasize this because emotions run super high in doing any of this. Okay. And I don't think anybody realizes how high emotions really run. Okay. Whether they run high for yourself or for your loved one. But they run high. They run very high with both parties involved. Okay. So if you're downsizing a parent or a grandparent or whatever, you need to take into consideration the situation at hand. Why are they having to downsize? Okay. And then we also need to put ourselves in their shoes. If this was happening to you, would you be so willy-nilly with the situation? Sometimes us as human beings, we get busy with life. And this is one more thing that is taking time out of our busy schedule. And so we want to hurry up and get this done because we didn't work for any of this stuff. We're having to downsize them. They don't want to downsize. They don't want to move. They don't want to do whatever. Okay. So we're trying to hurry up and get this done because we want to move on with the situation, but yet they don't want to necessarily do so. Okay. So that is why I'm sitting here saying you have to take the situation at hand and look at it and decide what the best way to go about this and put yourself in their shoes for a little bit. Okay? The second thing is I keep talking about getting creative with the stuff. Okay? Everybody has a hard time getting rid of their stuff. It has sentimental value to them. It's something that they worked hard to get. It's something, it's kind of like buying that new shirt and you feel so good in it that you don't ever want to wash it. You don't ever want to, have it look any more than just brand new. Okay. To them, their stuff is their stuff and it's all brand new to them. It still has some of that same value in it. Okay. So that's why, we need to be creative about how we are keeping stuff. Sometimes a spouse, you have a spouse that passes away or, a loved one, maybe you're downsizing grandma, but grandpa passed away a few years ago and she just hasn't gotten rid of his shirts or hasn't gotten rid of any of his clothes because she just didn't want to deal with it. So you just kind of need to just really be creative in how you're downsizing things. I've given examples in the past of, having quilts made out of their shirts or having pillows made out of the shirts or doing a scrapbook with some of their favorite, that they wore, some of the favorite stuff. You can even do a scrapbook. Our senses are even as good as smell. So maybe you make a scrapbook of your grandpa, but then you spray the pages with his cologne, if you have some of that left. Maybe there was a scent that he smelled like all the time. So it's just ways to feel close to them, and ways to feel close, like you still have your stuff, like you still are able to keep your stuff, but yet you don't have to have it within your present. It can be moved on or donated or whatever to someone else. Okay. The other thing is, the third thing that I want to put in there is try and sympathize with the situation. Try and sympathize. We, like I said, we get in a hurry. We want to get it done because it is troublesome to our life, or it's taking time with our life. So you want to sit there and you want to just take time with the situation and just try and be sympathetic to what they are feeling and how they are feeling. Put yourself in their shoes. If this was your kids coming in, or your grandkids or whatever coming in and trying to deal with their stuff, sorry. Oh, excuse me. Oh my gosh. Trying to deal with their stuff, trying to deal with your stuff. Think about how you would feel if all they wanted to do was just get rid of it, or that's how you felt. It may not necessarily be the truth, but it might be how you actually feel. Like, they may actually feel like, well, all they want to do is just get rid of my stuff. They don't understand the value I have in it, or they don't understand. So that's why we need to very, very much put yourself in their shoes. Try and be sympathetic with the situation and understand, and go about it in a gentle factor. Sometimes there's no gentle factor to go about it in, but try and go about it in a gentle factor where they are okay with the situation and they understand. And here's the thing, this is why I've always encouraged everyone to go in there and to try and get some of this done before it gets to the point where it's a dire situation. Okay. Get in there, have these conversations beforehand. It'll make things a whole lot easier on you when and if that situation ever comes, that you do have to get rid of their things so they can move on to a nursing home or to a assisted living or anything like that. We've make sure that they are present, make sure that they have a say in the things that you are doing. Don't try not to be frustrated with them. I know it seems like they want to keep all of the stuff, but it doesn't always mean that that's what they want to, that's really true. Okay. So that was what I had for you today. So you guys take a look at that. Really do it with your heart. Don't do it just because it has to be done. Do it with your heart and have some sympathy on what is going on with it, and think about how your person that you're helping do this, or if it's even you, how this is going to affect their life later on. Think about that. So anyway, before I forget, go ahead, if you're on YouTube, go ahead and click the subscribe button and the bell. If you're on Facebook or any of the other platforms, pop over to YouTube and click on the subscribe and the bell. The links are all in the description of all the videos, okay? And if you're on Facebook and you would like more of this kind of information, or any of the platforms, go over to Facebook. I've got the link to my group in there in the description. Go ahead and pop in there and pop over to that. I'm also still giving away the one-on-one. I will give that away. I'll draw for that on the 15th, and I will announce the winner on that here during my live. I will announce that. So I hope you guys all are having an amazing day. I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. Talk to you soon.